Okay, guys, it is 5/22/2024, and I've had a couple dreams last night or early this morning, so it was still 5/22/2024, and I'm gonna get into them. Some are real quick little snapshots of different dreams that I remember, just the little snapshots of them, and then one's longer. Okay, so the first dream, there was a man on a bullet train or something, and the platform of the train was higher, and you can see like the city, but the platform where it's taking off, like you knew, it seemed like he was on the train by himself or something. I don't know. And you knew that there was people on the platform as it was taking off, and the windows were covered with a white sheet that you couldn't see through it. Like it didn't, there was still light coming in, but you couldn't discern anything. You couldn't see anything outside. Okay. And he's sitting, and instead of facing in the train in the seat where the train's taking off this direction, so you're facing that direction, he's facing, he's closer to the platform, and he's facing in the seat, facing the platform as he's taking off. And he looks out and he slightly pulls the curtain, like that white sheet or something, and he looks and he waves. And then he closes it and just sits. That was it. That's all I remember. I don't know if I had any more to the dream, but that's what I remember. Then it went, I think it was my daughter and I, and we were walking on a road, and it was in a town or a city. It's really hard to explain because it kind of seemed like it was daytime, and the city was kind of had like dirt all over the roads, like dust or dirt. It kind of seemed like war or something had been taking place. And we paused, and we were standing looking at a home. And the home we were looking at had like a front door, like in the middle. Like if you have a home, it has the front door in the middle. And then it had two windows on both sides of the door. Okay. And the two windows were like 6 feet tall by like 3 wide or something like that, right? Like a 3x6 or something, or 6x3, however you want to say it. Okay. And they were covered by almost the same type of curtain, like a white curtain, white sheet, something. Okay. And almost at the same time, I saw the curtains open on both sides, and it was two females at each window, and they were like in their 20s. I remember them being like, not, younger, like in their 20s. And they were pounding on the glass, like for help or trying to get out. And I could tell they were like captive or something. And somehow the windows broke. And so now you have like big shards of glass all over the windowsills sticking out. And the things or men that were holding them captive or attacking them grabbed them. Now remember, it's like a door. There's two windows on both sides. So I'm seeing this, and it's happening to both of them almost at the same time. Okay. And the men grabbed them and pulled them back, and they were mad. Not the girls, but the people that pulled them back, or the whatever, the people that pulled them back, or demonic people that pulled them back. I don't know. Okay. And they were mad at these girls. And I knew that they were going to like shove their bodies out the windows, like they were going to hurt them and shove them out. And I was like, oh no, oh no. They're going to get cut by all the shards of glass in the windowsill. And I'm standing like 40 feet away or something, like on the street. And I had something that reached really long, or I don't even remember it reaching, but I remember putting my arm out and like trying to break off really quick the shards of glass so that when they got shoved through, they wouldn't be hurt. Or the jagged piece of window glass. And I was trying to break it, like trying to break it off so that they wouldn't be hurt. That ended. That was it. Then I went to a longer dream, and it's me, my son, and my daughter. And we're sitting in like an abandoned home or building that had an upstairs as well. And the living room was bigger. So I didn't see a lot of other little rooms, but I saw like a downstairs room, like open. There was no furniture. It almost felt like it was like dust or dirt all over the floor. There was something in the middle, like a big box or a big something, like in the corner middle on the left-hand side. And I think I was like up against the front of the building, sitting, like crouched. And my son and daughter were more like to the left-hand side corners and things like that. And there was 3 men with us. And once again, this place seemed war-torn, or like had been through some kind of destruction, some kind. Okay, I don't know if that's like not rioting, because there wasn't stuff like laying around, like it was desolate, like empty, like it was desolate. Okay. And the 3 men that were with us didn't have major military uniforms on, but they were some type of group, and they had like big guns. Okay. And I remember being down there, and I remember that they were doing something. It's like they were building a wall or fixing a walls in there, or painting the walls in there with something, somehow trying to fix them. And I remember thinking, for some reason, why are they building? Because they were still like trying to keep people away, like they were like paying attention to what's around or outside and making sure we're not running and things like that. Okay. And I remember thinking, why are they building it? Why aren't they getting us, like the people that are held to build it? And I don't know why I thought that, but I was like, it's really weird, because we're sitting here and they're like doing all of this or whatever. Okay. Then it flips in the same building. Okay. Same men, me, my son, and my daughter, but somehow we're upstairs, and I'm in a room that I perceive was at once time a bedroom or something like that, or an office room or bedroom or something. And I'm laying on my right hand side on a small long table or a bed that's hard, or some kind of plank wood that was set up, and I couldn't move. Like, I don't know if I was hurt or I just couldn't move. And there was a window behind me, and I was laying, and the way I'm laying, I'm looking out the bedroom door, and I can see the banister, and I can see like out where they are still downstairs doing whatever. Okay. Somehow it was really weird. Somehow my son and daughter were outside now, but they were trying to get back in. So they were trying to get into the window behind me, I think, to get me or rescue me or something. And they came through the window, but there was an easier way. There was like an easier way, and I was like, if you just come this way, they wouldn't hear you. But my daughter and my son came over me, like stepped over me, and they hit a shard of glass in the window, and it fell in the middle of the room, and it smashed. And the men downstairs heard it. So my son and daughter ran to the corner of the room again, and we're hiding behind this like box thing. Okay. And then all of a sudden, they decide to walk out. Like my daughter starts to walk out to the center of the room again in front of me. And I was like, and I saw the man coming, the one with the, like one of them with the guns. Okay. And I saw him coming. And I said really quick, without moving my mouth, kind of, he's coming. And they ran back to the corner. And he came in the room, kind of looked. And then he came to me. And he stood at the end of my bed. Like it's daytime. I can tell it's daytime outside. And he was like a big man. Like muscular. Like really military type muscular. But not some kind of militia. Something. I don't know. Some other type of force. Or okay. And he stood at the end of the bed. And he crawled on and kind of, I don't want to be explicit here, but violated me. Okay. And then it was really strange, the feeling that I had, because it was like I had to act like it was okay, or I had to act like we were kind of, that I had compassion for him or liked him kind of, or something, and like to survive. Like that mentality or something. And then I woke up and I started rebuking it in the name of Jesus. Just rebuking it and praying for me and praying for everyone and praying for captives and just rebuking it. If it was an attack dream, I thought, man, what is this? Like, what is this? Okay, so that was the first. So then I got out of bed. I went to the restroom, and then I came back and laid back down and had another dream. And in this dream, it was kind of like an outdoor mall area. Okay, and I'm going to go from the way I start remembering. Okay. I'm assuming that I had just looked at dresses. Some type of dress or prom dress or some type of dress. Just really nice dress. And like in the right-hand side of the mall, you could really, were for people kind of like had money, still had money, and they were buying like no big deal. Okay. And as we're getting ready to leave this mall, I'm standing in front another big picture window storefront. And I could tell that it's getting nighttime outside. And that the mall was about to close. Like, mall's about to close. You have to be done. You have to get out. Okay. And I'm standing in front of this big picture window. And you know how at Christmas time they have like the angel tree where you can go and pick out angels off of the Christmas tree. And it's for children that are in need or, need help and things like that for things that they want. Well, it was the same thing. But on this picture window, it was like pieces of paper. I don't know what they were shaped like. Stars or I don't know. Okay, like more round stars or more. But they were like little pieces of paper. And it had the person's name on it. It had one item that they were in need of and the amount it would cost. And they were all over the picture window. And what I know about this, what I remember thinking, they're all men. They all have a specific item that they need. And it has the amounts. Okay, so they had the amounts as well. So I remember they were all from men. I knew that all these men were homeless. And there was a lot in need. And I don't remember the items. I'm trying to remember the items. I remember the prices. Like it was like $2, $5, $7. And then you had some that were a little more. But I remember thinking, okay, I'm trying to grab the 2s and 5s or the 7s because I can get more of them. And I didn't have a lot of money either. But I knew, I was like, man, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known that they needed these. These men needed this before I bought all this beforehand, or before I did all of this, or I was like this beforehand. I wish I would have known, because over the speaker it was like, mall's closing, you had to hurry. Okay. And I start grabbing, and I have some in my left pocket and I have them in my hands, and I'm trying to hold them, and I don't know how many I grabbed. I don't know, 7, 8, I don't know. Okay. And then I'm with my sister. My sister's about 10 years older than I am. And I'm with my mom. And my mom's in heaven. She's been in heaven for 5 years. Okay. And they're grabbing as well and taking. And there's a man with a booth in front of it. Not blocking the window, not in front of it, but off to the side a little bit. And he's the one that brought it to our attention. Like he was trying to get people to get the items that they needed. Okay, these men needed. And I remember asking him, my mom, my sister started to run off to go and purchase the items for these men that they had grabbed. And I asked the man, and I had this image when I was talking to him, like in my head, that there's going to be these men, these homeless men, and they're going to be sitting at this dining table, these dining tables, having dinner and getting these gifts. And I asked the man at the table, I was like, will they get them? Will they get them for Christmas? Will they get them for Christmas? Will they have them in time? Because it was like, must have been Christmas Eve or something. And the next day was Christmas. Okay. And I was like, will they get them? Will they get them for Christmas? Something about this reminds me of, is reminding me of like the 144,000, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12,000 from each tribe besides Dan, and what their needs are going to be, and how you would get everyone prepared for the tribulation. And are they getting in time before Christmas? Because mall was closing, we had to get out. Something about this reminds me of that. Okay. Pray about it. Pray about everything that I say. Anything that you hear me talk about, pray about it. Okay. So I was like, will they get it for Christmas? And he said, no, but they'll get it after. Like, it won't have time, but they'll get it after. And I remember being like a deep regret, deep panic, deep remorse, because I was like, I wish I would have known. I would have done more, or I would have helped these men more. Okay. And then I asked him, well, at least, because I felt like I almost had to go there. Like, I wanted to go there really quick and give it to him myself. Okay. To make sure they had it. I didn't want to feel like they were. Okay. So I asked the guy, will they at least get the tag of their name with their item on it, showing that someone got it for them? Like, will you give them their name tag to show them that someone cares and someone got it for them? That they weren't left out. They weren't left out. We care. Someone cared. You weren't forgotten. Like, I didn't want you to be forgotten. I didn't want them sitting amongst everyone else and them not having what they needed and going through whatever they were going through. And you're not forgotten. It just reminds me of the tribulation saints and the 144,000. You're not forgotten. I would have done more for you to come and spread the gospel more. I would have gotten everything ready and prepared so you'd have what you need. You're not forgotten. I just don't want you to think no one cared. That's just what's ripping at my heart. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. And I just felt like I wanted to go myself and give it to them so they had what they needed. Okay, so I'm headed in the mall really quick because I'm rushing because the mall's closing. And what's really weird is that I knew that my mom and my sister walked into this store at the end of the hall, and it was like Sears. I don't know if y'all remember Sears or they're still around. I don't even know. But it was like Sears, and they were in there shopping. But my sister came behind me, and the man's walking with me up to this department store. And, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My sister goes, there's one more. There's one more. It's $20. And I knew we didn't have either, but we had. It doesn't matter, right? And she said, it's $20. There's one more. I grabbed it, for me to do. And she said he wants a flying squirrels ticket. Okay. He wants a flying squirrels ticket. And I had a picture of a baseball stadium. And I think that's the baseball stadium or the baseball team in Richmond, Virginia. I don't know. Okay. Might have to look it up. I think so. He wants a flying squirrels ticket. I was like, okay, because that will make him so happy to have that flying squirrels ticket. So I'll get it. And, I'm sorry, I'm ugly crying. And I'm talking to the guy as she runs into Sears to start shopping really quick. And the guy looks over before we go in, and, Christmas time, they have these all the time outside of stores. He goes, you can get it gift wrapped. And I was like, yes, we're going to get it gift wrapped. And I was thinking, is that free? is that gift wrap free? But yeah, we're going to get it gift wrapped. And then he stayed there in front of the gift wrapping. And I ran into Sears, and then I saw my mom, and she was like I said, my mom's in heaven. So I saw my mom, and she was sitting on a bench in front of a store inside Sears. So it was almost like it was another section of the mall. And like I said, some people had lots of money and they were just shopping, buying items. And then some people really didn't have a lot, but they were trying. And so she was sitting on a bench in front of the store, like another little store inside Sears. And she had her bags, and she was like, your sister's in that store right here shopping. They have really good deals. They're on sale. They have really good deals. You can get more. And so I was like, yes, okay. And I ran in, and I went past the stuff, and I went to a bin that had gloves. And I don't know why gloves. I don't know why gloves. The funny thing about it, my daughter had a dream this morning early again, and she had gloves in her dream as well. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. So I start sorting through these gloves, like looking, and I remember I picked up like a blue pair and a purple pair and a long set, and then a pair of like working gloves, you know, the cattle like rawhide gloves. And I think I picked up like, they were like $5 each, these gloves, okay? And I think I picked up like 8 of them. And then I had to put like 2 back, or I don't know. I picked up 7, had to put 2 back. What I ended up, okay, so as I was trying to sort through the best gloves and how much I could get, the people that worked the store came behind me and were trying to organize them. Okay, and my sister's standing there and behind me. And so I'm looking, going, oh man, okay, I can get this many, you know. And so I start walking to the counter, and I think I had like 4 or 5 pairs of gloves. So I knew that everyone in my pockets and my hands weren't going to get the gloves, but I had 4 or 5 pairs of gloves. And as I'm walking to the counter, the woman that comes up to the salesperson, okay, that comes up to the counter for me to pay, there was something very demonic about her. There was just something really weird. And she just did not like us. She wanted us to leave. She just really didn't like us. And I wasn't like allowed, or couldn't get up close to the counter. I don't know. She had something that was really long, and she started like, she put it and like prodded me with it, like poked, like provoked or poked or prodded my stomach. Like, and I was just trying to buy the gloves. And then I woke up. So that's the dreams. That are the dreams. I'm going to put these on. There will probably be a part 2. If I get any words about it. Not that I haven't. I just haven't sat down yet, but I just feel like the dreams need to go on. I've been in study. I've like done, you know, my Bible devotional and things like that. I just haven't sat and like listened and heard and yeah, I'm gonna put these on if I get any more that goes with this. I'll put a part 2 about it. These dreams, I don't remember right now. I'm sorry. But these dreams come after last night of prayer, and I asked God, like, what, you know, what are we going to have to do? What do we need to do? What do we have to do before we go home? You know, before the rapture happens, what are we going to see? What are we really going to go through? What are we going to see? And then I got all that. Now, I've had a lot of dreams about war on things in the US and things like that. In October, I have it uploaded on my channel that I was given a word that said you won't see physical war. It's a spiritual war. And so I think that has to do with the US, that maybe we'll be raptured as it's coming down or before we see it. But it doesn't mean we won't see civil problems and riotings and meanness, just meanness abounding, and things going on. We know that. And then like economy, just with that we won't see some stuff, but we know he's coming and we know he's coming soon. And we just need to get everyone prepared to know, you know, just know Jesus. Let them know you. Know Jesus. Just follow him. Accept him. Bring him into your life. Believe he died on the cross for you. His blood covers your sins. He rose again the third day. He is the Son of God. And ask him to change you. Ask him to come in and just finish this life with you, because you can't and don't want to do it alone. And that he just needs to save you from yourself and from it and from everything. Just turn to him. Repent and turn to him. Turn to him. And then like I say, like a good father, he grows you and changes you and molds you and helps you when you stumble and you fall down like a child on a bicycle. But he wipes you off and gets you back up and keeps you going. And he's like praising you the whole way and singing over you. Just keep trying. Just keep trying with him in this life. Walking with him and letting go of things. Let him help you let go of things. Just keep looking at Jesus. His blood, his love, his eyes. Just look at him. Ask him to reveal himself. My daughter had a dream real quick. It's not mine, so I don't know much of it. She told me. But what I do remember that stands out, and I'm going to let this be the end. What I do remember that stands out is Jesus told her, now, like right now, the most important thing is to love thy neighbor. Love each other. Love thy neighbor. We know we're supposed to love God with all our heart, mind, body, and soul. All our strength. But he said, love thy neighbor. There's going to be so much meanness. There's going to be so much. And the best way to love is to share the gospel in love. Share the gospel in love. Sometimes love is telling them it's either heaven or hell. It's eternity. Sometimes people are so broken they just need like a father's heart and a hug. Let the Holy Spirit guide you on what people need when you're talking to them. I love you guys. God bless. Have a good evening.